Hello, I'm really excited about some of these new capabilities with how craft breweries are going to be able to chat and query their data using some outside AI sources. So this is brand new capability that Tableau has released, and what it allows is for us to be able to connect these different models to the same exact data that we're using to drive your Tableau dashboards. I'm going to walk through a really quick example today just to kind of get people thinking about what's available in this space. And basically, this is available today. And from here, it's only going to get better. So, some really exciting times in terms of what new capabilities and insights are available for craft breweries. Okay, so first of all, just a little bit of the setup, and I can go into much more detail if anybody's interested. Please let me know. But the basic idea is we're doing Claude Desktop right now, and what we've done is we've allowed it and configured it in order enable to hit some of the Tableau data sources that I want it to be able to hit. What we've also done is we've loaded some instructions which just kind of stress to it the importance of being correct in its analysis. We want it to ask clarifying questions when it needs it. We want it to sometimes say, I don't know, or I can't get to that, right? We really want people to be able to trust the insights that it's spitting out. So we're trying to give it relevant instructions. So to really keep it on track and like within certain guidelines on how it should do the analysis and then how it should respond to the user. And then also kind of showing it some example prompts with responses just to help it really be successful interacting with the user. And now what I'm going to do is, and where I really see a lot of value with this, is it basically sits alongside an existing interactive dashboard, right? So here's an example of what a lot of people use for gross margin analysis. This has a lot of really good information on it, but when we're talking margin, there's so much that goes into that from the sales, the cost of goods sold side. We could take it down to customers, regions, channels, ingredients, all sorts of different things impact your margin. So as a dashboard designer, I can't show you all the insights on the screen all at once. It's going to be overwhelming. So that's where these chat capabilities are really going to be helpful to help people dive in a little bit more. So let's walk through an example together. I have a few prompts that I've saved over here, just for sake of time. You don't have to watch my spelling. So this first one, here, I'll hit enter so it'll start chugging away. What we're saying is, hey, I'm looking at this dashboard, data's from 25. I want some insights, but what I like to do is first confirm a certain KPI that we show on the dashboard. And what we're doing there is really just ensuring that Claude, in this case, is hitting the same data source, it's looking at the same fields, and it's basically at a high level anyway, coming up with the same answer that we want it to. So let me go back to our dashboard here. We're showing in this case margin percent for the year. That's our filter we have going on here is 66%. And I think Claude just returned an answer. Okay, so it says, yep, basically 66%, right? So that's good. We feel that it's hitting the right data source, it's pulling the right fields at a high level. So I have some comfort that everything is kind of connected and set up accordingly. So now I want to dive in a little bit more. So we're going to give it this other product, which is our highest volume product. And I'm going to turn it loose and then I'll go back to the dashboard and we'll show the next step of this. So I'm telling it right now, hey, I'm interested in this highest volume product of ours. Give me some more information on price, cost of goods sold, and volume. And then telling it we'll dive deeper at that point. So if you're used to looking at these scatter plots, right now I have it set up on margin and barrels, and I just told it to look at this product, which is, in our example, by far the highest barrelage product. I'm going to go ahead and click on there just so we can do a little bit more validation with the results that Claude sends back. You wouldn't necessarily have to do this each time, but I think it's good as we're starting out here. So let's see what Claude came up with. Okay, so it went through, did its analysis. It's talking about this product we have. So here, let's see if we can match up some numbers. For example, it's showing price per barrel of $349. We were showing 350 over here, so that looks good. Cost of goods sold per barrel, about 117. We match it there. So it looks like it's grabbing all the data that we want and really matching what we're showing on the dashboard. So now it's going to start to we're able to dive even a little bit deeper in here. So the next one I'm going to ask. So now what we're asking it is, okay, give me a breakdown by packaging type. And then I want to match those packaging types for this brand up against all those same packaging types for all other brands. And what I wanted to do is identify where we can maybe focus on improving the margin, and it's going to have a meaningful impact on our business. So it's going to go through and do that analysis. You can see it's already started. It's giving us each of the different types. It found a focus area that it thinks is going to be most critical. It'll tell you why it identified that one. So this is half of our volume, so a really important packaging type. And what it's saying then is if you were able to bring this up to like your brewery average across all packaging types, that would add an additional $14,000 in margin. So it's certainly meaningful. And then what it's also going to do is give us a few other packaging types that we could dive into if we wanted to. Okay, great. So we're already starting to get to some really good information, right? And now the next one I want to do is have it identify which customers are buying the majority of this packaging type. Because if we're going to make a pricing change, for example, right, these would be the customers that it's going to impact the most. So to do this, it's going to go out, like it's doing all of this stuff. It's going to find the appropriate Tableau data source. It's going to figure out what fields it needs to use, and then it's going to go ahead and do this analysis. This one might take another second, so I'm going to speed through this one a little bit and then show you the results. Cool. So it's basically done doing its analysis and giving us some results here. And it'll show, in this case, it picked the top 15, showing us a lot of good information on those guys, even giving some recommendations. As you can see, you can keep kind of taking this down further and further as you're trying to identify like what specific actions or who should we go talk to. But I'm going to leave this demo off here. Let's real quick just reiterated what we walked through, right? So first we were looking at your gross margin analysis. We wanted it to highlight what your highest volume product is because that's where you're going to potentially have the most opportunity. Then we had Claude go back through and look at each individual packaging style, find how much that contributed to your overall volume, how that margin percent matched up to like your fleet average. Then when it pinpointed which one you have the most opportunity with, we asked it to go find the top customers that are buying that so we can go ahead and take those direct actions. So pretty cool stuff, right? I mean, I'm really good at data. In order to get from where I was on the dashboard, in order to get to that more detailed analysis, it would have taken me more than the 5 minutes of this demo right now, that's for sure. So really cool capabilities here, matching the data visualization to help people get started to like know where to focus or even know what questions to ask. I think that's a lot of it. And then we turn the AI tools loose to really help us think through an issue, identify, new opportunities or maybe risks, find that root cause and take those really smart actions. So some really cool stuff is just coming out on the market right now. Like I mentioned, this is all basically available today. And then as these companies continue to work on these things and the pace of progress in this space is so quick right now, it's only going to get better and get better pretty quickly. So yeah, please reach out as you have questions. If you're interested in learning how to get some of your brewery data set up on this, certainly happy to talk through that. Like I said, I'm super excited to get this in the hands of breweries. I think it's going to be a great tool. So with that, I'll leave this demo for today. Love to talk to y'all in the future about it. Okay, have a good day.